Jamal Lewis, master number 22. Alright, so I'm sitting by a wall, right? Because 22 is a master builders. I hope you got it. Let me tell you about 22s. 22s are visionary. They are strong. They're intelligent. They're charismatic. They're creative, intuitive, idealistic in some areas. But then the other side, right? They could be a little bit arrogant, self-righteous, a little lazy, a little controlling. Yeah, there's both sides, right? Like every number, both sides, right? So 22s, you know, you got that wall right behind me, right? You got that wall. Sometimes they run into, but look, they have the ability to build. They have the ability to turn dreams into reality. They're good managers of projects. They're good business owners. They're good CEOs, managers, politicians, diplomats, law enforcement. Anything that's going to need structure or not structure. You get me? Because the 2 allows them to be soft. So they can be empathic. They can talk to you really nice. They can communicate with you really well. But at the same point in time, they could be a little bit arrogant because you got 2 2s. So you get that energy doubled. And if it's double and intensified, they could be sometimes very hypersensitive and very, you know, they talk about terrible 2s for kids. Like, they can become like that times 2, which is 22, right? 2 sets of 2s. They're logical, practical people. So whatever you find with the 4, you're going to find with the 22. But it's this hyper, you know, it's like a hyper bridge, right? The thing with most master numbers is because they do have to master that particular ability, number, strength, energy, right? And so the example I like to use is that with 22s, if a 4 wants to build a house, a 22 wants to build an apartment complex or a shopping complex, right? Because they're big thinkers and they have the ability to do so. But here's the challenge with that. When you build a house, right? When you build a house, you just got one building to work with, one house, right? One set of contractors probably, one set of material probably. But when you're building apartment complex or a set of condos or a set of tract houses, or you're building a base, or you're building something like that, it's a lot to deal with. A lot of people, a lot of material, a lot of contractors, right? And so 22s, because they have that kind of vision to do that, they have to deal with a lot. And so sometimes in life tries them a lot because they have to be strong to deal with all that. They're like the big leaders in a lot of areas, so people are going to look up to them. But with that also comes a lot of fear, because it's like, is an innate question of, with the 2s, is like, can I really do that? You know, like, am I really that person that can do that? So they got a feeling, because they know they got to fill some big shoes. But then the question is like, how do I do it? And so that self-doubt is one of the biggest enemies to 22s. You can doubt yourself out of doing what you need to do. You can doubt yourself out of succeeding. Now, I got a brother that I don't remember if he's 22 on his main path, or if he has, I think he has 22 in one of his numbers, because we had this conversation. He's like, yeah, I'm in the real estate, dude. Brandon, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'm in the real estate, dude. I'm going to blow it up. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to do all this kind of crazy stuff. And yeah, and I'm going to tell people what to do, and they're going to listen, right? And that could be a challenge sometimes. Like, people don't have to listen to you, right? Because sometimes you might come across a little bit like a jerk, right? Because that 2, instead of being diplomatic and patient and everything else, you could become impatient on the negative side and tactless on the other side. And if you want people to, if you're going to have to work with people to do big projects, so you're going to have to remember to be tactful most times in your life. All right. I like to use this example because sometimes people that have these big wishes and big dreams and traveling all over the world, here's the thing, right? Everyone doesn't want that. Some guy might be happy growing up in his neighborhood, being a mechanic, or, you know, having a shop outside of his house, you know, getting off, being a 9-to-5er at his own crib, you know, hanging out with his family, going to Thanksgiving around the corner where his mom lives and his uncle lives and his dad lives, and he went to the same school, and he might love that. You, on the other hand, might be happy living out of a suitcase, flying all around the world. So all numbers work out well. All numbers have their benefits, and everyone has the right to do and live the way they want to live. That's why I like numerology. And that's what Whyou Guru is all about. Looking at your numbers, learning your numbers, meditating on yourself, and trying to figure out how to wisely heal your own understanding and getting a better, genuine understanding of the real you. Jamal Lewis, this is my channel. Come check me out. Ha! Peace.